Good morning. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for a specific country. Now I've been doing 2023 prediction readings pretty much for different countries. Let me know down below if you want me to do your country. I've still got a few in the hat that I've got to draw out. This is actually my daughter's hat. Ladybird symbol is for adoption. She's adopted from Thailand. So I'm in her room, so I thought it'd be nice if I used her little hat. I've got my little container still with a number of countries, so I'm going to pour them in. As you can see, guys, they're folded up. I can't see them. I have done New Zealand, England, I think I did Sweden, didn't I? Yeah, Sweden and Canada. Not to forget Canada. Oh my gosh, there's too much going on at this time of the year, isn't there, guys? So please subscribe, hit the like buttons, guys, and don't forget to comment down below. I have also got financial readings too if you want to go and check any of those predictions out. So I will just shake them all up, guys, and we'll pick one out. Here we go. What will we get? Today's country reading is Australia. Oh no, do I really have to read Australia? Oh, this will be very exciting. Not. Okay, I'll close my eyes. We'll get started. And we'll see what Elbow's up to. Hang on a minute, guys. Okay. God, I'm getting like Australia's trying to rebuild its backbone. We've been talking here a bit about jellyfish and things lately that don't have a backbone. But I feel like, oh, sorry, Sophie's chewing again. She's got a grass allergy, guys, and she's always chewing her skin, especially now that it's summer. She gets very itchy. Good girl, so. So I'm getting they're rebuilding their backbone. So Elbow's trying to rebuild and restructure and give Australia very good strength. Now, I feel this could be around military. He's trying to put us on the map with the military. And I keep saying this around the top end, like Darwin, Townsville. He's really, they're pouring a lot of money into these kind of structures up there around the military. I'm getting that because that's how Elbow's, oh my dog, sorry guys. That's how Elbow's going to make his country appear stronger when it comes to the global stage. So I am getting that he's focused a lot on the military in order to build Australia's backbone and strengthen it. Let's see where else we go. Gosh, I'm getting the Barrier Reef. I'm getting something about the Barrier Reef and pearl divers. Is there a pearling industry or something up there? I feel like this is going to become a big industry. There might be like poaching and situations that have been going on up there for a number of years, but I am getting that Great Barrier Reef. We know it's kind of a protected area. It's very high on the endangered, like the coral and all these kind of fish reefs and all that are very protected. But I am getting that there's this something around the pearl industry, the people who dive for pearls. I feel like this is going to be more controlled. I feel like they had like a free-for-all before, and now I feel like this is going to be more controlled and limited. They're doing whatever they can to protect like the reef. That's still very high on the agenda in Australia, which is for anyone overseas. Like I say, these videos sometimes can relate to anyone globally too, because sometimes the reset does come up in these videos too, and it does highlight, because we're all going through different parts of the reset, as I keep saying, globally at different times, so we can learn from these experiences too. Now, the Barrier Reef is down the east coast of Australia, so I am getting that it's been closely guarded and closely protected now. And I am getting something around the pearl industry. You know, obviously there's dollars in the pearls. I think we once had that song by Prince, didn't we? Diamonds and pearls. There's obviously money in pearls, not just diamonds. So I'm getting that for the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. They're sort of controlling the pearl industry a lot more. Let's see where else we go. Oh, I'm getting Palachuk. For anyone here that's new here, in Queensland, there's a Prime Minister called Anastasia Palaszczuk, and I call her Palachuk. That's my nickname for her. We try to use nicknames here, if you wonder who I'm talking about sometimes, guys, just because of the algorithms. Don't pick up on as much and don't censor my platform, as my channel rather, as much. So I am feeling like Palachuk's really trying to climb her way up there. She's hunting and gathering. It's showing me her hunting and gathering, like she's getting all her little soldiers to work for her. This is what I'm getting for Palachuk. It's like she's trying to build her pyramid of success. As we know, it's always the Ponzi pyramid scheme, and Palachuk's at the top. She's trying to get people to work for her now in government to well, we know roll out her agenda, but it's also about building up her power. Palachuk's really, the guides are saying she's really on the nose, meaning she stinks. Some of her decisions are really going to just cripple the Queensland people. The government's making real snap decisions that are financially going to really spiral Queensland out of control and into this kind of doom and gloom, it's saying, that's going to be very hard to get out of. Sorry guys, I know that sounds really negative, but we know all these leaders and how they work. So she's really trying to get her name out there by being at the top of the pyramid and getting all these people to kind of work for her and prop her up. Let's see where else we go with this. Yeah, they're saying Palachuk isn't one of the chickens. She's like the rooster. She's in charge of the chicken coop. That's the image I'm getting for Palachuk. She wants to be at the top, controlling everybody and running the show. She loves the power. She loves the control. And she loves the freedom that she has in decision making as well. I think she's even going for the Olympics or something, isn't she? One of those things. Oh, maybe that's where we saw the gold rings the other day. Maybe that was it, on the gold Olympic rings. Spending, spending, spending. So I am getting that Palachuk just loves, she loves being seen with the glitz and glamour of it all. She knows she's right up there and making big, firm, tough decisions. She's the rooster. Oh no, Palachuk rooster. The Pella rooster. Oh God, she's a strange one. She's a bit like Dan Andrews. Probably not as ruthless and corrupt as Dan Andrews. Well, she could be corrupt. There's been a few things come up for her, but I am getting that she actually sees herself as the rooster of the chicken coop. I'll see what else we get. The guides are saying a few rotten eggs are going to come out of that chicken coop. When they're nesting, you'll get a few rotten eggs. They might even get eliminated, actually. This is within her own parliament. I'll see where else we go in Australia. God, I'm getting that Australians are banding together. They're showing me fight backs. They're showing me people marching the streets. They're showing me them holding the Australian flag. They're even showing me people, well, it's saying storming Parliament, but arriving at Parliament, like House. Well, I feel like in 2023, there's going to be a lot of protests. And I always say to you, there's a lot of strikes. We're having tons and tons of strikes here in Australia, heaps. And I know this is happening globally as well, guys, but I do feel like these strikes are going to go beyond just wages, shortages in staff in the hospitals in Melbourne, etc., etc. I feel like these things are going to become about, as we know here, financial crisis. I feel like Australia is going to start, God, I could only hope, couldn't I, fighting back at last against said government. See, things are getting really dire now, and this is globally too. This isn't just in Australia. I'm just talking about Australia at the minute. But these things affect everybody down the line. Australians are being taken down. They really are. I told you we had our 8th interest rate rise yesterday. 8th. They promised there'd be no more, and now they're still talking about more going into 2023, which, you know, I've been talking about for ages, that this will go till 2024 at least. So how many are they going to bring in next year? And again, this is global. So I am getting that people are going to start to protest about their lives. See, we already did that. We did that in the beginning. We had the freedom protests here not long after Canada. And everybody went to Parliament House. We had quite a few protest marches. Huge, absolutely huge. Then they had a big weekend camp over one, and it was huge. Everyone came from all over Australia and met in Canberra. These things were really big. Got hit with the sonic devices, of course. We all got, I got really bad vertigo. Friends of mine got burnt lips. We all got really greatly affected by the things that they were doing. And that tended to slow a lot of the protesting down as well. It went pretty quiet after that. I think they actually locked us up a bit after that. I think that's when we got hit with a lot of lockdowns. Oh my God, just crazy, isn't it? Anything to shut us up. But I am getting that people are going to start really fighting back and starting to air their opinions and having their say in Australia. The old sewn up mouths are getting, they're cutting the string themselves, a lot of these sleepwalkers, and they're starting to speak out against the injustice. There's a lot of injustice going on here. I told you about the Qantas airline CEO, Alan Joyce, who's been giving himself huge pay rises, but not giving them to the airlines. And of course, now the fireys at the airlines are striking just before Christmas. So there's going to be a lot of chaos again for the little people. Oh no, not for the elites. That's not going to happen. So that's where Australia's at. They're going to start fighting back. God, it'd be a miracle. I tell you all the time how my husband and I say that Australians are really gutless and they don't stand up. They're just so scared of not fitting into the crowd, and they just act like sheep. It drives me crazy. And meanwhile, everything's just getting implemented and rolled out like so beautifully by all these bloody global leaders. Elbow being one of them. I'll see where else we get for Australia. God, they're showing me somebody fishing, like they're showing me a fishing rod and someone's trying to catch something, like, hang on a minute. I would say this is around the reset and probably elbow, but they're trying to capture people's attention, or they're trying to hook people with their narrative. If you think of fishing, it's usually got the sharp hook on the end, and if it gets in the fish's mouth, it's pretty much stuck there, isn't it, until someone comes and horribly wriggles it out. I'm getting that for the people. The government wants to hook the people, like hook, line and sinker. You know that saying when you've got, oh, I got this fish, hook, line and sinker, you know, I got them and I wound them in, and this is the kind of thing I'm getting. They just want to catch people. Like we know they're good at doing it. Hello, mass psychosis for the pincushion event. They grabbed heaps of people here in Australia. So that's what they're kind of doing again around the reset. They're trying to hook people with their narrative, and they're making it sound really clever. There's a lot of advertising campaigns. God, we've got tons here in Australia. I told you about all the ads on TV. It's like relentless, ridiculous ad after ad after ad of Ampol, BP, all these big renewable companies putting in their electric vehicle plugs and all this. It's just relentless. So they're trying to hook the people into the narrative. That's what I'm getting for Australia. They're using their best fishing techniques to reel people in. It's not hard with some of these sleepwalkers, is it? But people are waking up. Let me see where else we go. God, I'm getting these visuals of like Sunak and Elbow coming together. I feel like London and Australia, this would be England, there's been a lot of like connections from the past. We know that England and Australia are quite connected, especially when the Queen was alive. But I still feel like we're going to have this political connectedness with Sushi. I feel like he's going to have good connection with Elbow. Elbow's really raised up. I mean, Australia's a small country, so is New Zealand and all, but we still seem to be on this big global stage. I don't know how that happened, but anyway. So I feel like Elbow and Sushi feel like they've got an ally in each other. They support each other. They communicate a lot. There's this like closeness. It's like they just click really well. It's like a hand in a glove. They just get on really well. Maybe they're just both on the same sort of vibe, but they actually have a very good rapport, Australia and England. Let me see where else that we go. So I am seeing visuals of them like shaking hands, coming together, staying united, supporting each other into the future, into 2023. There'll be a lot of support definitely in the coming months, but definitely into 2023. They'll be supporting each other. And it's like this game of like encouragement. They'll be encouraging the others, saying what a wonderful job they did with this, and you guys have done a great job with this. We know what it is. It's the ticking of the rollout list of what they're rolling out. Like they're all doing different things at different times, and they're going to acknowledge that in the other person, and then they're going to do the, oh, well, let's try that because it worked really well in England, or let's try that because Australia did that and that worked really well for them. I feel like there's this bouncing off each other. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what else we get. God, I'm getting that people in Australia have had a gut full of government. They're sick of being lied to. I told you that Elbow had promised everyone a $275 discount on their electricity bills. Never happened since he's been in. He hasn't been in very long. What, 6 months maybe? And then nothing. All the bills have gone up through the roof. No word. And he's having to actually face that. They're having a meeting about it soon. But of course, conveniently, yes, Elbow has CV virus again. Second time he's had it actually. And last time he had it, he was avoiding a particular meeting as well. So you do have to question, has he actually got that? Or is that just, oh, I'm out of action. I can't face the public with why I've scammed them on the electrical promises. So that's what I'm getting at the moment, is that Australia's had a gutful of their government. Because I think a lot of people did vote for Elbow. They thought he was going to be like a fresh change from ScoMo, but as we know on my channel, they're all pretty much tarred with the same brush, aren't they? And they, you know, I think what gets me is that most people know that politicians are really good liars, but they still fall for their traps and they still believe them. Like, how? We don't believe anything that comes out of their mouths, do we? Let me see if there's anything else today. Yeah, I'm just getting Australians are living on the edge now. They're living on the razor's edge. Oh, there's another song. I always get songs, don't I? I'm getting living on the razor's edge. Da-da, facing borrowed time. Oh, I'm trying to think. It's an Aussie song. I'm sure of it, guys. Burns a change, walking down the line, yeah. I can't think of the song, guys, but I think it's called Living on the Razor's Edge. But if you think of it, please write it down below. You know how bad I am at these things. I've got the feeling it's by, might be Icehouse or someone like that. I don't know. It's an Aussie band anyway that sings it, Living on the Razor's Edge. Meaning that people are just about tipping over the edge, and I don't know what it really means, but it means that they're just scraping through now financially. Aussies are struggling. Next year's going to be the year of collapse, where they're just going to go under now. I said this morning or yesterday in my video about the big financial wave that's just coming straight over people now, and it's going to affect everybody. No one's going to escape it, not even us. We're still going to be affected, even though we were prepared and saw it coming. We were able to get further away from the giant financial wave. But the people, the sleepwalkers, are just going to get knocked right over. They are. And that's why at the moment they're living on the razor's edge. And that's what I'm getting at the minute. That's where people are financially. They're living on the edge. They really are. So we'll check that song out, see what else the words are in that. Solid rock standing on sacred cow. Living on the razor's edge. No, Living on the Razor's Edge. I'm not sure who sings it, but we'll check that out. Let me see if there's something else to close with today. I'm getting Australia's capital cities, Sydney and Canberra. I like the capital cities really of Australia. Canberra is actually the capital city, but Sydney is like a capital city on the map. Everyone knows Sydney, don't they? But I'm getting that these are going to be the smart cities. These are the ones that are going to be revealed with having the smart technology and all this kind of stuff is definitely going to be implemented there first, and it's already rolling out. We know it is. God, they do everything by stealth, don't they? And they think Aussies and they think people are stupid. This is happening globally too. So I am getting that these are definitely going to be the first places to be hit, and to be hit hard. Because there's all these, they're showing me like the transport systems and these transfer stations, and you know, you're going to tap in here, then tap out there. So they're going to know your every single move. They probably do already, but even the transferring, like where you might change trains and then where you're going and how many kilometers you've gone, it's going to become a lot more detailed living in the city. That's what I'm getting. They're starting to work on these changes now in Sydney and Canberra. Oh yes, Canberra, because that's where all the parliamentary leaders live. That's where our Parliament House is, in Canberra. And Canberra usually gets everything before anybody else does on Australia, because they put themselves right up there. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. These cities are starting to be controlled already. Tracked and traced. Earning your credit scoring, and this is starting to happen, and these are the first places it's going to be rolled out. I'll just see if there's something else to close with today. Hang on a minute. Hang on. God, they just keep showing me Olivia Newton-John for some reason. Hang on a minute. You know what the jukebox is like? They're always pulling something out. Hang on. God, now I'm getting Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta singing, I got chills, they're multiplying. Such a great movie, Grease, wasn't it? Hang on. Oh. God, for some reason they're giving me that song. Well, it's Olivia Newton-John, of course, being Australia. Hopelessly Devoted to You. No, I'm just getting that song. Hang on a minute. Oh, I think what the song's actually trying to indicate to us is that we're hopelessly devoted to our country and our freedom, and that's kind of what they're saying to me. They're showing like Olivia Newton-John when she's playing with the water in the little swimming pool or whatever, the little pond, and she sees her like face or his face, and then it all goes like ripply. And what the guides are saying is it's like us, we're hopelessly devoted to freedom, like we're the freedom fighters, the mavericks, the Braveheart bikers. This is for us in Australia. This is for you globally as well. But this is why we're getting that Olivia Newton-John. It's just that association with Australia. But we're hopelessly devoted to the truth coming out, to the people waking up. We're devoted to this. And I guess you could kind of say that we are. It's not that we're totally consumed by it. I mean, if anything, we've found ways free of it, of the stress of it, and we're living a much simpler life, a happier life. We have laughs here. We listen to songs and music that uplifts our soul. So, but I am getting that we're hopelessly devoted to finding, or not finding, but getting out the truth and making sure that these people are waking up and starting to see the real narrative that they've been hidden from, well, had hidden from them for like 3 years. So we are hopelessly devoted to the truth. That's what I'm getting today. So I'm going to leave you with that song today. I'm heading off. I'm going to get a massage. It's 11:15. My massage is at 11. I've got to give the doggies a big bone. They've got a big bone each, so they'll be very excited. There hasn't been much action from them today, has there? Sprocket's completely wrecked. Oh, and then I'll say the word. You going to have a bone, Sprocket? Can I have your bone? Let's get your bone. Come on. And he'll get up and want his bone. I told you. All right. So we're hopelessly devoted, and that's the song I'm going to leave you with today. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'll come on and do another general reading and some more countries, and that's the reading for Australia. And I'll say goodbye from down under in Australia, and have a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.